Yes, I'm an IPOB member. I support IPOB. I can never deny it. I support IPOB because I'm a Biafran. God bless you all. And please, anywhere you are, I want you to know that this allegation against me that I'm harboring a Igbo leader is 100% lie. Don't take it serious. It's 100% lie. My enemies, whatever you think you are doing against me, you never succeed. Because who God has blessed him. You are not my God. My God is the one that made me a king. You are not my God. And you cannot destroy the blessings of God upon my life. Rather, you that is planning evil, cooking evil, arrange evil against me, the evil will come back to you. You will never succeed. That's my promise. So my brothers and my sisters, anywhere you all over the world, never believe this truth. It's never true. It's a lie. Every Igbo man in Ghana knows who I am. And they know I'm number one Igbo man in this country that protects, educates, save, and promote Igbo people. Not only in Ghana, all over the world. I'm doing the best I can. I've not even finished the good work I'm doing for Igbo. How much more harboring somebody who's wasting blood of innocent Igbos? Please, it's never true. And that is never true.
The self-acclaimed king for Ghana. Now be the reason why they talk. Do Igbo get king? Igbo even get king? He said make it talk. Say okay, sorry my people. What did I do? You know good though. I know say Ghanaians don't like him. Make you apologize. You go see they arrogant they claim. But for in Igbo land, Igbo no get king. Abuna go claim so na get king. If una claim so na get king, watch this man.
Traditionally, the Igbos did not have kings and chiefs. Any Igbo person that tells you that in the history of the Igbos there have been kings and chiefs is lying to you. The Igbos assimilated the tradition of kings and chiefs from their neighbors, originally from the Gala people and the Bini people. Then, going forward, when the British came to Nigeria, they did not see kings among the Igbos. You want to verify this from older sources. Go to Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, Arrow of God.
Igbo no get king. Not talk say Igbo get king. When they do wetin no good and people go they try to advise una, una go they say they hate Igbo. You don't want they do all these things. People they look una go they do. Now everybody don't they wake up for now. When they cry, say they do they no like una. Okay, they no like Igbo for Nigeria. Why the same Igbo now enter Ghana again? They no like Igbo for Ghana, be? The same Igbo reach South Africa, so they no like Igbo for South Africa because na Igbo too they prosper. Now go their own town, go they defy their laws, their rules and regulations. You go say they no like Igbo, they no like Igbo. The one that they behave for una area, this Igbo Biafra group of people. My own problem with the good Igbos be say una no go tell them say what una do not good. And all these things one that they do for Nigeria. Una go carry the same character go another person country, go they do anyhow. Now still Igbo people that they pursue for Vietnam again. Not be Yoruba, not be Hausa, not be any other tribe. Why be saying only una? Okay, Vietnam people again na African people where be say they hate to Nabi. When una go stop all this character? If una they go another person country, make una drop all this una bad attitudes. Now many people they complain for una. And I go say that they complain about Igbo. Igbo is the best. Una go they praise una self. Or yeah, watch this video. Maybe you hear what people they talk.
Even the chiefs of Ghana do not parade themselves as kings. The traditional leaders of Ghana do not parade themselves as king. They call themselves chiefs. So who are you, a foreigner, to come to somebody's land to be parading yourself as king? Secondly, there are similar leadership of Ghanaians living in other countries. We have, they can have a president of Ghanaians living in Ontario.
And call yourself a king. We don't even recognize you as a king because you are making life unbearable for the rest of Nigerians living in Ghana, not the only Igbo. They Ghana.
These Ghanaians are frowning at it. They say they no want. They don't want. Get out. Get out now. It is not hard. They no put water for mouth so they talk calm. People are going to the streets protesting. Igbo must go. People are going to the streets protesting. People are filing petitions. And you build a throne in another man's kingdom, calling yourself a king. Now get mind though.
Good morning, everyone. What our friends, especially from Ghana, should know is the subject of this my presentation. Since the past week, the internet has been on fire over the issue of an Igbo who claims to be a king in Ghana, a king of the Igbos. I've seen various Ghanaian responses to him. Fortunately, most of the responses have not been inciting against the Igbo people. So we can engage with them. But I want to make some things very clear. Most of the responses also contain a mistake, at best a mistake, at best again a misrepresentation. I want to alert them. I want to inform them. I want to educate the public about, quote, kingship among the Igbos. The guy in Ghana claims to be the Eze Ndi Igbo in Ghana. And taking on from there, our Ghanaian friends began to assume that Eze means king. I want to disabuse their minds. Eze does not mean king. Eze, etymologically, Eze is somebody who avoids, who shuns, who dodges, essentially, I'll take it again. Eze is somebody who avoids, who dodges, who shuns sins. The Igbo word Eze is the noun form of the word Ze. Ze is the verb. Ze means to avoid, or to shun, or to not have a relationship with. And there is a title, or rather a status among the Igbos, which if you obtain, you will be required to avoid evil doing. That is the etymology of the word Eze that I have just given you. It is not a title for kings. It is not a title for chiefs. Traditionally, the Igbos did not have kings and chiefs. Any Igbo person that tells you that in the history of the Igbos there have been kings and chiefs is lying to you. The Igbos assimilated the tradition of kings and chiefs from their neighbors, originally from the Gala people and the Bini people. Then, going forward, when the British came to Nigeria, they did not see kings among the Igbos. You want to verify this from older sources. Go to Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, Arrow of God. You know Chinua Achebe, the greatest writer that came out of Africa in the 20th century. When the Europeans came to Nigeria, when they approached the Yorubas, there were kings and emperors. When they approached the Fulanis and the Hausas and the rest of Nigerians, there were kings and emperors. But when they approached the Igbos, they said, "Where are your kings?" The Igbos said, "We do not have kings. Our kings are our elders and priests." So I will use this opportunity to illustrate, to talk about the traditions of authority among the Igbos. But before I get into this, I will conclude the area of this presentation that has to do with the Europeans. Because they used kings and queens and emperors to administer or rule over the other parts of Nigeria, what they did in the case of the Igbos was to pick up anybody that cooperated with them, brand them warrant chiefs, empower them, and these people are now assuming that they were the kings of the Igbos. No, they were not. So, the traditions of authority of the Igbo people are, number one, the elders. If you go to any Igbo community, by the way, the structure of the communities themselves will tell you that there was no tradition of kingship. While in the case of Ghana, you will have like the Ashanti. It's a real empire. It's a real empire covering over a large expanse of territory. At the height of its power, it had some kingdoms under it that it had conquered. Till date, the highest center of authority of any Igbo community is the clan, which is just a collection of families. None of them, as at present day, has over 50,000 persons. It's just a community of families, a collection of families. The oldest man among them is the number one person. Not number one in the sense that he has power over any other person, but he's the first among equals. He has a responsibility to aggregate the opinion of every member of the family, of the community, after meetings, and then summarize it and present. And the vote will be taken. Everybody who is an adult male votes. And they have just one vote like this oldest man. Another person that holds a position that is also a status that is also high is the chief priest of that community. He's called Ezemo, while the oldest man is called Ghanian. Again, he's the first among equals. He's a supremo only in that sanctuary or shrine or temple where he carries out his official duties. If he comes to the house of another Igbo person, he is not a priest. He is not a priest. So the word Eze was appropriated to this position of chief priest. That is why he's called Eze Mo. Mo means spirit or God. Then you have the generality, a good number of people who decide to take on the status of shunning evil. After they have taken on this status, the title they are given is Eze. Men and women can do this. Still, they are not above any other person that has not taken the title. They are simply not first among equals in this case, since the oldest man is first among equals. But they are simply people that can be relied on to provide wise counsel to the community. So, ladies and gentlemen, these traditionally are the positions of authority among the Igbos. Eze does not mean king. Eze means avoiding evil, shunning evil, not having anything to do with evil. But because the Igbos have found it extremely difficult to be different from others, so what they are now doing is revisionism, rewriting their histories, making up stories about ancient kingdoms and so on and so forth that existed only in the imaginations of the people making up the stories. Because I'm saying this because I've had Ghanian saying that they talk to Igbo kings in Igbo land. No, they talk to people who are pretending to be kings. If you want to know how the Igbo authority was administered, read things fall apart and read the Arrow of God. But if you want to approach it from a research angle, read my book, The Igbos and Israel, an intercultural study of the largest Jewish diaspora. It's on Amazon. Then you will have the whole shebang about how the Igbos organized their communities. I will use this opportunity to appeal to our brother in Ghana. If you have served the community of the Igbos there, if you have served them and they made up their minds for you to be given a position to serve more, in order not to offend your hosts, tell the members of the Igbo community to call you the chairman of the Igbo community. We cannot afford to be at loggerheads with the Ghanaian people, even if it is one Ghanaian that opposes your desire to be called a king. That matters. The land is their own, and they have been hosts to the Igbo people. Let us respect that, so that Ghana will not be among the places where we will say that the Igbo people are chased away. Thank you. I hope you take my counsel well, and at the same time, I appeal to our people of Ghana. The Igbos are not behind what's going on. It's a mistake by our brother. Treat him and treat the Igbo community with kindness. Have a good week.
If you go to Rome, you behave like the Romans. For the fact that you can travel to any part of the world and go and do business doesn't mean that you should take your bad attitude that you took from your Igbo Biafra and take it to other people's region and be causing problem for them in their region. When we are complaining in Nigeria, people think that it's hatred, but it's now in other countries the same character. That means there's something about your behavior that people don't like, and you people have refused to change. If you people don't change,